Hello friends, good afternoon. How are you? So today we are discussing on the topic of fundamental right. So what exactly is fundamental right? What is the definition of fundamental right and how fundamental rights are important? So before going into all these definitions, I would like to inform you or tell you that when the constitution was not enacted, so prior to constitution there were no fundamental rights to the citizen of India. So the whole agitation, the whole journey of freedom is meaningful. Now freedom means what? Freedom means dignity and an environment where a citizen can think freely. And if I say something that in India I am free and I have a freedom to think freely, is because I have something which is known as fundamental right. Fundamental right starts with in Indian Constitution. Constitution is a Grundnorm, it's a basic document which says how governance will go in the country of India. And these fundamental rights are extensively debated in the Constitutional Assembly debate when our constitution was under process of making. So the definition, if you see, definition wise, if you see, fundamental right means a right which state enforce against itself. Now let me explain myself. Now as in prior videos I tell you, first of all you should understand what the state. State is Article 12. It means the institution, the authorities which comes within the control and which has a public obligation to perform and to ensure that fundamental right is not being violated. So now when we comes to the definition, Ramanathan Iyer Law Lexicon says the definition of fundamental right means state enforce against itself. Now what state enforce against itself? Now since we all know that state has a power, state has a jurisdiction to perform. So whenever any action from the state is taken in the country of India, so Constitution says that whenever any action, any law, or whenever any power exercises state, so state have to think in anticipation. Meaning thereby state will not come with a submission ki let somebody come, that if state enacted a law, so state cannot say if this law violates somebody's fundamental right, they will come to court, we will rectify it. No, this is absolutely not. The state has to ensure in anticipation. The state has to anticipate whenever any law is made or whenever any government administrative action is being taken. They have to anticipate to test that it will not violate any of the fundamental right of any citizen in anticipation. That means state enforce against itself. So fundamental rights are really rights which start from part 3. You will read it because it will make democracy meaningful. Because prior constitution we don't have a right, we don't have a dignity, we don't have speech and expression right, we don't have right of profession. We will discuss this all. So if I say fundamental rights are the right which make citizenship meaningful for the people of India. And let me tell you friends, if we see many of the fundamental rights are not only for citizen, it is also for the people who are within the territory of India. Because the whole idea behind fundamental right is to make an environment that the service provider should be accountable to the people of India. That is why we say in Constitution, we the people. Meaning thereby the power vests not in the district magistrate, not in the honorable minister, not in the superintendent of police. Power vests within the people. So now next on, whenever you visit any government office, you have a right to say and tell them that we are the boss, you are the servant. Alright, so we will discuss it in our next video of fundamental right. You will start reading part 3, and as we have already discussed Article 12 and 13 about state and judicial review. Now the next video is going to be on Article 14, equality before law. So now keep in mind that power vests within the people of India as far as our Constitution of India, which keeps our head high. Thank you very much.